and trying to do a 16 supply drop as Zerg by 4 minutes. What do you mean a 16 supply drop? I don't know. What do you mean? Any tips? Yeah. You go into you go first, you got to make sure that you're set up on the observer replay as default. And once you set it up on default, you go to the AI and you go as Zerg and you hit play, right? And I'm only going to do the first minute, and you should understand by then what to do. Okay. So, rule number 1, when you're playing versus an AI and you pause the game, it pauses the game. You get me? So it pauses the game. It doesn't just keep going. It's not like a ladder. So what you're doing here is you're going to try to find the most fastest way to do whatever you want to do and cut the fat. The way you do that is you, for one, see there's different simulations. Like, are you going to make a drone in the beginning or not? Is there a difference? We'll find out if you do two different ones and you put them together in regards to like the benefits, timing or drones. What's, so, you go, you hit the drone key and then you're like, oh shit, wait, hold on. I screwed up. I didn't send my overlord to the location right away because I need that for vision or whatnot, right? So then you go quit rewind and then you go back to whatever time you think you messed up and you go, okay, right there, that's where I want to start it because that's where I made my drone and this is where I send my overlord or whatnot. Or I send my overlord before my drone, so because of that, I need to make sure I do it before the drone. So let me go back to the area before I made the drone, right? And then I'm going to hit this button right here. And then I'm going to hit start game because it's under Florencio. And then the first thing I'm going to do is get that overlord, send it over here, make a drone. Okay, so we're good in this stage. Everything looks sexy. So now, do I make an overlord right after 2 drones or after 3? I don't know. You try both and see what's better. In this one, we're going to do overlord first. Oh, shoot. I messed up. My overlords could have been done earlier. I have 135 minerals. So what do? I quit rewind. And I come back. And I look for the part where I have the 100 minerals. I go, cool. That's 70. Okay, cool. So I need to get an overlord at 100 minerals. So I'm going to start this up right here. Okay, and I'm going to get an overlord. Don't forget the overlord. Don't forget the overlord. Okay. Overlord. Boom. We got the overlord. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot the gas. Oh, damn, I have 112. How much is gas? 35 minerals? Okay, quit rewind. Shoot, let's see, 35. Let's make sure I have, my 35 minerals. So right here, I got my overlord, my drone. Okay, I'm going to get my gas right here and then my pool. So I'm going to get 35. So this is where I want to start now. Boom. And then I'm going to get my gas right here. Okay. All right, cool. Everything looks good. Drone right now is coming up after the overlord. I'm good, 100 supplied, and then I'm at 14. Cool, overlord's here. And then sometimes you pause before the pause. Sometimes you pause before the pause. You give yourself some time. You're like, okay, overlord just kicked in. I have my gas up. I have 175 minerals. What do I want to do right now? Gives you time to think, and you're like, okay, I need to get my pool first. So at 200, get my pool. Okay, cool. And you go return to game. 200, boom. And you're like, you're doing this. You're like, oh shit, I forgot to put my drones in the gas. Let me rewind. Wait until the hatchery finishes. Okay, you're gonna do this, right? You're like, okay, the hatchery's almost done. The pool at least is set up, so I'm not gonna have to worry about making the pool. So now I'm gonna start right here, and I'm gonna get the drones inside, and it's gonna be good, right? Drones inside. What do I have? Okay, drones. I can drone up. I can drone again. I still have time for the pool. I can make an overlord right now, and then I should have 3 lings available by the time I get the pool comes up. So I gotta get my overlord, right? And now that my overlord's there, by the time it's done, I should have 3 larvas and an overlord, and I'll be able to attack. I'm just giving you an idea of something that, you know, and you're like, okay, overlord's up. Oh, let me pause it. Okay, overlord got kicked in, so I have my supply to make the lings, and now the pool came in, and I still have my drones on gas, which is good. I'm not supply blocked yet, so let's make the lings now. Right. Boom, boom, boom. All 3 kicked in, right? And then I pause and just... Okay. So now I got the lings. They're gonna go over there. My supply is good. What can I build right now? Okay, a hatchery. So I'm just gonna be harassing right now. Get the, you know, and so now I'm gonna get a hatchery. So the next thing I have is 300 minerals. Get a hatchery. So I'm gonna go. Okay, let's send them. And then we're gonna go get a hatchery because that's what we want to do, right? Whatever the build you want to do. Boom, 300 supply. We used it up. Rally. You know. Oh shit. I forgot to rally my hatchery to his base. Now my lings are late. Let's back it up. Let's quit rewind. Let's go just a little bit earlier where the lings are coming out. Right? And we make the hatchery. Once we make the hatchery, we'll pause it. Okay, now that we pause it, we're going to go over here. We're going to start the game. And we're going to rally it right to his base. Right? Boom. And now we can make drones to macro. What do we got? 70. We got a drone. We got drones. Our supply is good. We get a queen behind this because we have no more larvae. So then we get the queen. Right? So then we get a queen. And then now we have a... We still got supply. We can make more drones. Rally our hatchery. You know. And then our lings are here. And then you pause again, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do next? I have the lings over there. What do I have to do at my base during this time? And you think about it, and you go, okay, I gotta make, you know, more drones, or I gotta make an overlord, or I gotta make a, you know, something. And if you don't, that's a good thing because that means you can spend more time on the lings. But then what you do is you quit and rewind, or you can actually quit the replay if you wanted to and then start it over. I always quit it. And then the last replay that you did, the last save, is going to be the one that you just built from all the others. So all these other ones are just copies of the changes that you've been making. So the top one's the one that you want, right? So what you do now that you got everything figured out, you're going to hit that play button, and you are going to say everything out loud of what you're doing, or you're going to watch this over and over again so you understand what you're doing. And you don't have to, the pauses are already done. Now you're seeing everything in perfection. Okay, Overlord. The Overlord drones, okay. Then I get a pool, then I get this Overlord drone. This is standards. You're doing standards right here. Okay, after that. Hit that. Okay. And you're like, okay, let me do that again. Let me watch that again because I kind of got it. That, then drone, then Overlord. You know, after that, get my gas. And then, okay, and then right here, I wait because I can't do anything until I get my pool. Then I get my pool. After my pool, I can make more drones, or I could drone then pool, whatever you want to do, right? But in this case, we did pool first, and we got our lings right when we needed them, right when it's finished. Everything was perfect, and we memorized it, you know? And so then now that you memorized it, after you do it multiple times watching it, because watching it is very important, because it gives you that structure, you just created the most refined channels to your build. Whether it's a good build or not, you refined it like any other pro would do. Just because you're a pro doesn't mean you're the only one that can refine builds. This is how you can refine them. You have a brain, you understand mathematics, you understand, you know, what comes first, what comes second. You can ponder. This is how you can really sharpen it up. So, you know, this is how I figure out pro games, pro builds, because it's not a pro build. It's just sharpened up like pro would do it. You know, pro would sharpen up something. So my builds are just as sharp as theirs. They're just not the same builds that they do, but they're designed the same way. They're just squeezed in every methodical way that I can try to do it. But I first have to have an idea of what I want. Once I have the idea, I do this. I find the most perfect way to get that, and then I learn it. And then after I memorize it, so it can get into my memory, so I don't forget it while I play in the ladder, I try it out on my opponents. And then from there, because I learned it more than practicing it with my opponents, I don't mess up too much because I understand the build order. Now that when I play my opponent, it's not going to throw me off as much because I already memorized it. I structured, and plus you do this more and more, it kind of really helps you engrave it in, you know. So, do you have a heart? I don't know. I think you do because you're subbing. I think you have a heart, and I appreciate it. Put this on YouTube. You guys want? You guys better like and subscribe. That's what I'm saying. For these gold nuggets. G.